a lot of thought went into it, and stunts were incredibly involved, and the way they choreographed it was remarkable. But it was also fast and furious. Like we were like thrown in there, just be like, whoa, which is sort of what the dynamic is.
This is getting completely out of control.
Oh!
Things go sideways throwing a grenade.
Not a literal grenade.
Okay, run.
We told our bosses that we were about to bring in 3 major players, not a bunch of clowns.
Clowning is an art.
Jay St. G, JoBlo.com. How's everybody doing today?
Awesome.
For you.
I love your beard.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Well, first and foremost, really enjoyed the movie. It was basically Tropic Thunder meets New Jack City, so I had a blast watching it. So,
Two of my
That's great.
favorite movies.
High
Comedic
praise.
movies. High praise. We'll take it.
excellent. All right, so my first question to the three of you is, how'd you guys all get involved in this project?
I had worked with Tom Kingsley, our director, and I knew Ben and Alex, the screenwriters who'd adapted it, and so they'd offered me the role of Hugh way back. I can't quite remember exactly when, or they got me to read it. I think I initially read for the Beverly Indoors actually, and then they sort of came around to thinking of me for Hugh, and so I was like, well, what's not to love? It was, I was sort of sign me up because it was perfect, really.
It's just like the order in which
I got a phone call from, Colin Trevorrow actually had reached out to, who's an amazing director and producer and produces our movie. And he had reached out about the script. And of course you pick up a phone call from him. He's a great guy. And he was like, look, I think there's something here that we could mine in a really great way for you that's not expected. And yes, and it was like, yes, great, and let's go. It was sort of all there. It was, as Nick said, the writing was really spectacular, and somebody who hasn't, I haven't done a straight comedy per se in a way, and so the premise for the character of Marlon, who becomes Roach, was a great setup. A guy who takes himself too seriously, an actor who's out of work, who's like deep method, goes deep cover because he takes himself too seriously. I was like, okay, I could probably pull that off. Not that I've ever taken myself too seriously.
You did a great job.
It's a good gag for anyone, right? So I felt like it was a big thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a similar thing. I've worked with Colin, and I had heard him talking about this project, and I was always like, God, that sounds so great. But it was squarely a British comedy. Like I didn't feel like there was any room for an American. And then when it came closer to shooting, he sort of surprised me with the ask, and I read the script, and I met with Tom Kingsley, and it was just an instant yes.
Awesome. Now, this movie had a lot of crazy and dangerous sequences. So, question to all three of you once again: did you all do your own stunts, or did you Tom Cruise it, or did you have the stunt doubles? How did that go?
Well, I mean, it's one of the things that's very distinctive about this movie is it feels big, but it was actually made as an independent film, shooting in London, which is a really rare opportunity. And so it's the set pieces that are kind of like action set pieces. It's a lot of thought went into it, and stunts were incredibly involved, and the way they choreographed it was remarkable. But it was also fast and furious. Like we were like thrown in there, just be like, whoa, which is sort of what the dynamic is. If we were completely sort of prepared and dialed in and stuff, it wouldn't feel as natural. I mean, I don't know how you guys
Yeah, we all did it. We basically did everything that we needed to do to get it done. I mean,
I think the only one I didn't do was when Hugh ends up going into the canal. But I think it was more because they were worried about what's in the canal rather than it being dangerous physically, just more that you might drink some of that water and then be sat on the loo for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have, but thank you so much. The three of you are excellent, and I I hope we see a sequel. Thank you
Thanks,
so
man.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.